you think about that?
It would seem, yes, I agree with what you've said. It is more or less common knowledge. Certainly the Congress knows. It's certainly people in the know. The only people that don't understand or don't believe this is the American people. The largest importer of drugs coming into America is the CIA. That's
right.
how they make their black ops money around the Congress. It is a gigantic business. It was said many years ago they run it just like General Motors. Many years ago, you have divisions, you have corporate levels in that drug operation. They bring it into military bases. They bring it into Mena, Arkansas during the Clinton years. That was the one of the main landing fields in Arkansas for drugs coming in from South America. You can watch it on the computer. If you have a certain program, you can watch the transponders. The airplanes flying out of South America have no transponders coming into military bases with drugs. So the war on drugs, when I hear that, the war on drugs, and the Congress allocating money, giving millions and millions of dollars to fight drug traffic, it is just an offense. I'm just appalled hearing that.
Yep, I do agree.
Well, I think that it's no small coincidence that our fine, brave men and women are over in Afghanistan, and some of them are actually guarding the poppy fields. And we all know where heroin comes from. Comes from poppies. And now that our troops are over there guarding the heroin fields, heroin use amongst our young men and women has increased 13 to 17%.
Well, John.
Many years ago, Lieutenant Colonel or Colonel Bo Grice got in trouble when he identified source of heroin drugs coming in from the Golden Triangle over in Cambodia, and he went to the White House and they told him to leave it alone. And it was quite a confrontation between Bo Grice and the White House over stopping the drugs, and the White House won. He dropped it. Nobody should touch the drug traffic. It's
right.
really important to the CIA.
It is. It's just one of many ways they make money, but it sure is a major contribution to their annual budget. They sure as heck aren't going to get that type of funding from Congress by any means. And it
a
also
lot of pockets are being made very wealthy on the side. People involved in the CIA also feathering their own nest in that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But I do see, I noticed that there's some chatter about they think that the 46-ship fleet is pre-positioned to attack Venezuela. And I just don't see it. And I'll tell you why. Is because you're going to need more than 7,000 Marines to attack Venezuela. It just, I mean, hey, the Marines are all right. Believe me, they're bad to the bone. But 7,000 Marines against the Venezuelan army is not going to cut the mustard.
No,
nor is
right,
nor is a flotilla of 46 amphibious ships.
That's right. You're right.
So it just doesn't seem right. And like I said, if you look at some of the what they describe as the ships going down, you basically have the ships geared towards counter drug ops, which would be your small boys or your FFGs, which are primarily stationed out of Mayport, Florida, and then you have your Gators. And then I heard too, and I can't confirm it, that a hospital ship is also en route to that location. And if that's the case, I'll tell you this: hospital ships do not normally go into situations unless they are going to be used because of the expense that it costs to operate them. They're extremely expensive to operate, and there's only two in the whole fleet, the Comfort and the Mercy. And if one of those went, typically they only respond to if we have a serious warfighting situation going on and we don't have the ashore facilities to do that, or if you have a situation like a Haiti, like a Katrina, like this. If this gets exasperated, then it would be a perfect scenario for a hospital ship to go in, which is why it gives me the impression that they're moving the ships into one location for whatever's going to happen if something happens, and then they can go right in and swoop to the rescue. And that's what it seems like to me, Griff. That's just my humble
it's very reasonable to assume that. I would think that. They're getting the ships out of harm's way right now. If the methane goes, everything in the Gulf will go, but the ships will be protected.
What do you think the chances are of that?
I'm not feeling it. I just don't feel that will happen, but I know it's certainly a possibility.
Right.
It depends on what BP is going to do. Their track record hasn't been very good so far.
No, it hasn't.
Everything they've done has been wrong.
On all ends, the governments too. And the oil spill aside, or the oil disaster aside, it seems like everything that the government's doing right now is they're doing it wrong. I mean, I don't remember a time in our history or in my lifetime where they have continually screwed up to the extent that they have, as they have in, say, the last year and a half or so. I mean, would you agree with that?
Depends on your perspective. If you're looking at it from the Obama White House, I have said over the air many times that it is my opinion that the Obama administration is deliberately attempting to bring the country down and to cause division and to manifest chaos in the country. There is another agenda going on in Washington. It's not the agenda of the people. You see, the people still believe, a lot of people still believe, that the Obama White House is operating and attempting to do things for the benefit of the country and benefit of the people. I don't believe that's so. So you look at it through different eyes, and you'll see the Obama logic. Why does he not go to the Gulf? Why does he go to Maine? Why is there so much conflict and delay from Washington stopping the workers in the Gulf? Why are they cuddling up to BP? BP is destroying the Gulf and the fish, the livelihood of the fishermen, and everything from Florida to Texas. It depends on how you look at it. I look at it like they're deliberately doing it. I don't think they could make that many mistakes. What do you think, Joe?
I don't know. I mean, I would say that it's almost blatantly deliberate. That's the way I feel. Is that it's hard to say. It's hard to put it into words, but I'll give it a shot. That they've opened a Pandora's box they can't shut. They went down too far, and oops, and now what do we do? And to make matters worse, the bore or the drill hole that they drilled down with is compromised. They've already admitted it. So how do they expect this borehole to maintain pressure if they've already openly admitted that it's compromised? That's where I've got the rub, And they have, the mainstream media has put out both scenarios. If you go on Drudge Report, you see that the big headline is that it's capped. But you'll also see in the top left-hand corner that there's a chance that the pressure could cause fissures in the seafloor to open up. So they're playing both ways. They're playing both sides of the fence to try and hedge against whatever's going to happen, which I think they know is going to happen. I think they understand what's going to happen. They're just kind of buying time. And like I said,
are you hearing me clearly now, my friend?
No, John, you're still coming through real choppy. You might want to reconnect. But anyway, Griff, I don't know if you follow the economy so much, but not only do we have this disaster going on, but we also have the economy taking a big fat dump, and what's going on. I don't know if you look at some of the indexes, but the Empire Manufacturing Index dropped like a rock this month from, I think they expected it to be at 18.57 and it ended up being at 5. I mean, manufacturing just came to a grinding halt.
I didn't know we had manufacturing in this country anymore.
Well, what's left